Texas fans are in a special place right now after watching the Longhorns blow a lead to Oklahoma State, a team that blew a lead to TCU, as the Big 12 continues to be entirely upside down and providing some of the most excitement that we've got in all of college football. The first half was incredibly high scoring, took a loss on the underplay for sure, but in the second half, both these defenses settled in, but it was Spencer Sanders and the Cowboys who were able to come back and get a victory. There is, I think, a real compliment for the resiliency of this Oklahoma State team to be able to win the fourth quarter against Texas, but certainly a lot of criticism for the Longhorns as well. They were driving. This game was 34-34, like 5-6 minutes left. And you're like, all right, here we go. They're just going to keep riding Bijan, and they're going to get this thing all the way to a huge road win for Texas's Big 12 title hopes. Instead, missed field goal, badly missed field goal, by the way.
Oh, the wind.
I guess that is where we celebrate the wind right there. Oklahoma State takes it the other way, ends up getting what would be the game-winning score, 391 yards for Spencer Sanders, 2 touchdowns through the air. There's a lot to digest here. There's an Oklahoma State side, a Big 12 title race side, but there's also a Texas side to this, right? Best 3-loss team in the whole GD country.
Can a 3-loss Texas get to the college football playoff?
That's right. That's the headline of this video. I should have said it already. How a 3-loss Texas team makes the college football playoff.
Listen, I got to defend it. It's coming. I've said it. Quinn Ewers was terrible today. Chip, you mentioned it all week. First road start. It was clearly a problem for him in that environment. He was inaccurate on a lot of throws early. That said, I believe and this is an unofficial count, I believe Texas receivers dropped 11 billion passes today. And that did not help him overall either. But no, it's bad performance by Ewers. And credit to Oklahoma State, man, because they came back. They won that game. They took over in the second half. They held Texas to only 3 points in the second half. And Spencer Sanders still looks banged up, but man, he's gutting it out. 34-57, 391 yards, 2 touchdowns. They didn't really have a whole lot going on the ground, and they still figured out a way to get this game done. And Oklahoma State, I think now, you look at the rest of their schedule. I mean, they've gotten through we talked about the gauntlet they had to get through. Getting this win, I think, is huge because honestly, this was a game I expected them to lose.
Yeah, I mean, this really, if you're holding a ticket for TCU or anybody, just in theory, to win the Big 12, I think you didn't want to see Texas in there. And I bet you the rest of the league didn't want to see Texas in there either. Not just because Texas kind of this week, going into the week, they kind of look like the best team in the Big 12-ish, a little bit. Or at least they had shown some signs. But also because
the most dangerous team in the Big 12.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, right. The team you probably really don't want to play if you could avoid it. Man, Ewers was 19 of 49 today.
Mm-hmm.
It really kind of felt like when Sark was not scheming stuff up for him just wide open, that he wasn't completing it. And to Tom's point, he actually did find some guys within the regular route combinations, and the guys just dropped it. But man, how many balls did he throw away? Just in the third, I felt like every time I was watching the game, Quinn Ewers is fading back. There's a bunch of pressure coming, and he's just chucking it up. We've given a lot of praise to Texas offensive line in recent weeks, and I think it was deserved. But now we need to praise Oklahoma State's defensive line for manning up when they had a lot of important guys out all over this roster. That was the one part of the ball that was still pretty intact, and they were just better than Texas defensive front for the final 20 minutes of this game. Now, Texas offensive front, excuse me. Texas still had 523 yards, which is pretty damn good. But some timely tackles for loss. They got Texas off schedule. They could have had more sacks if Ewers wasn't so good at escaping and throwing the ball away. Credit that D-line, and they confused him just enough.
And also, on one hand, I am sitting here just slipping on that comfortable sweater that is Yeah, you're right. Texas is one of the most dangerous teams in the country, and they're falling short of expectations. Gee, weird. That never happens in college football in recent years. But also, there is another. I don't do the whole like alternate universe, alternate reality things, but there are outcomes to this game as Texas is driving with less than 6 minutes remaining. Where if they score a touchdown there, field position changes, maybe the defense, which despite giving up a 1,000 yards, also did come up with some impressive plays. Texas was very close to picking up a huge road win in this game. Margins are so small here, but the narrative is too good.
Mm-hmm.
It's too sweet right now. I do not envy the Texas fan in this moment because this was
they're used to it. They're fine. I mean, it doesn't even hurt anymore. But no, going back to your point about Quinn throwing the ball away, I cannot remember who tweeted it, but I was dying as I read it. Somebody tweeted that Quinn looked like an old veteran NFL quarterback who's just chucking the ball away as soon as there's any pressure because he's just sick and tired of being hit and wants to reach retirement.
There was some Matt Ryan stuff there for sure.
Yes.
Oh man, so disrespectful.
He's got that veteran presence, the 38-year-old battered veteran presence.